여러분 안녕, 아스입니다. And today we're doing a reading for Jeongwoo from Treasure. Um, I'm very decked out in skulls today. I got my skull cup. There's skulls on my shirt, or as the munchkins I take care of call skeletons. And I've also got ye old Jack Skellington blanket because Halloween season is my season. And I'm thriving right now. Anyway, I also just got up. It's like 8 in the morning. So if I sound a little bit it's because I'm barely conscious. Not really, but let's see what the first one is. Ooh, okay. First up, we got a festival card. Cool. This is Ostara. This is about dawning creativity and emergence and impouring of energy and ideas and individuality. And I said this last time because this is something that I'm seeing frequently amongst idols, especially ones that are like, well, I say ones, it's like most of them, that are in their like mid to late 20s and they're maturing and growing and discovering who they are and who they want to be as performers and artists and how they want to express themselves to the world and in their industry. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that also here with Jeongwoo, right? Especially since we have this individuality here. So maybe he's trying to establish who he is and express himself in a more individual way. Let's see what the next one is. Oh, appropriate. Samhain is next. This is the Halloween festival card. This is about change. Like, not bad change. It's like inevitable change, like the change everybody goes through, like I said, as they grow and mature. So he might have some personal changes coming, like I said, some things that lead towards his individuality or maybe that spark his creativity and give him some ideas, and maybe he gets this drive to create something that is personal and individual. Let's see what's next. Oh, Selkie. The Selkie is next. She is all about being able to adapt to any situation and environment and being able to take things in a very balanced way, which I think is very good, especially maybe for somebody in his line of work where you've got a lot to do and it can maybe be overwhelming and very easy to become too much work and not enough self-care. And she indicates balance, and maybe he's moving into that energy, but also just being able to adapt is very important, especially in a very public career like music. You need to be able to adapt with the changes in taste of the audience, right? So, I like seeing that because that lends to like longevity in his profession if you're able to adapt to the changing situation, which would be styles of music or performances or things like that. And even making it work with whatever he decides his individuality is, what he wants to show the world, right? Let's see what the next one is. One card, thank you. Mab. Okay. This is Mab. She's all about dreams and wishes and longings that are still unfulfilled. Things he hasn't had a chance to do yet. Things he might not even realize he wants to do. But she's also a card about new insights and, again, ideas and creativity and inspiration. That's going to help him fulfill his dreams. Whether that's, him growing as an artist and embracing his individuality. But this card is about daring to live the dream. Daring to dream at all, and also being brave enough to live the dream, which he's already doing because he's in Treasure, right? I mean, the first step, like, he dared to even audition for the trainee process. So, the boy dared. So I think he'll be all right. Let's see what the last one is. Okay. This is another one of these Celtic cards I cannot pronounce, but it's this white cow up here. This card indicates, and I like this. This card indicates nurturing and unselfish love. Kind of like the love a parent has for a child. It's very comforting and supportive and caring. And in this situation, I like to think of it as maybe the care the group has for each other and the care that the fan base has for the artist and the artist has for them. Because it can be a very comforting and nurturing, very supportive situation in those areas. So I think he's got support from whether it's the other guys or the Treasure fandom. Either way, hopefully both. That maybe he feels comfortable and confident enough to maybe kind of explore who he wants to be and find his own originality and his own voice, you know? Let's see. Let's see what the next pile has. Okay, next, Two of Swords in reverse. This is about coming to a crossroads. Maybe having some options and not knowing which one to choose. And it's about maybe biding his time and, you know, preparing yourself to make a next step, whatever his next step is, whether that's creative. Maybe he's, I don't know Treasure well enough to know what their solo situation is, but maybe that's an idea he's kicking around. I'm sure most artists kick that idea around, so it's probably likely. Yeah, but this card's about having some peace and sitting still for a little bit and maybe thinking things through, contemplating what he wants and what's going to work best before making any decisions and taking the next step. So if he's embracing his individuality and wanting to make something with that, he might have a lot of options on which way to go. And like every choice, it should be carefully considered and not just, you know, take the first one handed to you or whatever, you know. Let's keep going. Next. Ooh, okay, this is good. I like this. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is about happiness, fulfillment, feeling free and happy with everything around you, your life, your work, everything. And also embracing his social side. Big indicator of forming new relationships with this card. Whether that's, you know, friendships or work relationships. These new people that you meet, these new bonds you form will be very beneficial, you know, in Jeongwoo's case. You know, if he goes at it with positive energy, he'll get positivity back, is generally the idea. It'll attract new people to him who will be very beneficial to his career, his overall life, I'm sure. And, you know, with the career thing comes money, and everybody appreciates that, especially, you know, artists and musicians, because they work hard and sometimes don't get the appreciation they deserve. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what that 2 is about. Maybe he's meeting some new people and is being presented with opportunities that allow him to be more himself, whether it's solo stuff or acting or hosting or whatever. I don't know what he does. You know, I don't Google these people. If I'm not really aware, like, I know Treasure, but I don't know them well enough to know what their individual daily activities are. And I don't want to know them before I go into these things, you know? Let's see what the next one is. Page of Wands. Okay. This kind of goes with the positivity of the Ace of Cups. This is about being outgoing and having creative confidence. He brings good vibes, which is always great. And, you know, says that the good things are coming. And they might be coming a little quicker than expected. And that he should take time, kind of like the 2 of Swords, right? Take time to connect with his inner self, you know? And again, this card is about originality, using his originality, his individuality and talents to create a path that is unique and special to him. And that might lead him on some new adventures. Maybe he'll, if he does solo stuff, I'm not saying he will, I don't know, but it would probably be very beneficial for him. It could be solo stuff, it could be acting. The idols do 10,001 different things. So I think whatever it is he wants to do to express himself as an individual will end up being quite beneficial for him. Because the page one says, look forward to the future. Now is the time for him to manifest and create what he wants for himself. And I like that. Because everybody should have the opportunity to do that. It doesn't work out that way for everyone, sadly. But, you know, for those of us who can, we should. Next. Two of Coins. This is kind of like the Selkie, as in it's about being balanced. Finding balance, right? To be both persevering and adaptable. Multitasking. He might be very good at multitasking. You know, maybe that's what the Selkie's about. He's already very balanced and good at multitasking. And I feel like in his career that's probably important because, like I said, you need balance. And unless all of his multitasking is work-related stuff and none of the Jeongwoo, I'm gonna take care of myself stuff, that's a problem. Which I feel is how most people go. It's mostly how much work stuff can I get done at once. This card is about making sure he's dividing his time and energy wisely. And not, not overly meeting your goals or putting too much in to all of this and not so much into himself. So, I think he's probably, since we've got the Selkie, he either is usually good about it, but if he's working on something new, he might get swept up in it. I do when I start new things, where you kind of just like hyper focus and everything else is like, you know? So maybe it's that. Maybe it's, hey, you're usually really good at multitasking or maintaining your balance, but you're starting something new, so make sure you don't start swinging the other way, you know? Next, Page of Coins. This is about sticking to goals and practicality and loyalty and being open to new opportunities and getting the ball rolling on making dreams a reality. Another one about manifesting dreams. I think there's something that he wants to do and he's really putting in the effort, or he's going to soon be putting in the effort to actually make it a thing. And you might not know about it until it's a more tangible thing, because that's how the creative process works. You sometimes got to work at things for a while before you have anything to really talk about. Yeah. It's also another card about, being practical and grounded, which I think goes hand in hand with the adaptability and balance. Just making sure he has a clear path for what he wants, because that will help him see the next step in his process easier. The next realistic, achievable step forward. Yeah, let's see what the last one is. Okay, last one for this pile. Wheel of Fortune. I almost forgot what it was called. The Wheel of Fortune is about chance and fate and destiny and things turning in your favor and things lining up in his benefit. Surprising offers and opportunities, which we've seen abound in this here reading. A chance to discover more about himself, which we've seen a couple of times. Manifesting. His energy is aligning for him to be able to properly manifest his dreams. So I think he's moving into his energy. I think I said it last week too, with Jisoo's rating, that, she was leveling up, and now I think he's kind of in a similar energy. Not quite the same, Maybe not as strongly as she is, but maybe he's moving into a more confident energy, you know, where he feels like now is the time where I'm capable of, pursuing something that I've long since held on to as a dream. And the Wheel of Fortune says that, yeah, this would be a good time to start taking steps in that direction. Everything is working out according to divine timing and intervention and going the way that they're meant to go for him, which I always love to see, because it doesn't come out for everybody. Wish it did, but it doesn't. Next, pile number 3. 7 of coins. Planning, hard work, perseverance, seeing results, long-term success, which I love to see. Now is the time with this card, 7 of coins. Now is the time, I kind of just said this, for evolution, growth, and gain. It shows everything he's already accomplished with his previous efforts, and that is a nod towards what he can accomplish going forward. Look at what you've already done. Imagine how much more you could do. So as he matures and grows and learns and works, he's putting in the effort necessary to help him go further. All them good things. Next, 3 of Cups. Celebrations, happiness, having reasons to celebrate, winning. Just winning on many different levels. Winning in his career, in his life, and all those good things. All positive things that everybody likes to have. Overall, it sees good times coming, reasons to celebrate, being happy. Spending time with people that he cares about, that care about him. And also a new creative period, of developing new ideas that will be well received by others. Ooh. And since it's a 3, okay, it kind of indicates joining forces with others, working with others to reach new creative heights. So like I said before, we got that card in pile number 2 about forming new relationships. So whether that's something music related or some other sort of artistic expression, whether he works on a show or hosting or musicals or whatever else idols do. That's interesting. I mean, it could even just be, other members of the group. Oh, what if he does something like that? What if he does something with one of the other guys? Or it's a subunit thing. Or something like that. I didn't even think of that. That's possible. There's so many things. There's so many things that idols do that you can't even keep track anymore. Lord. Half my life I've been listening to this music, and there's something new all the time. Anyway, next, 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands is another one about decisions and embracing your personal power. Partnership, again. Yeah, maybe he's doing something with somebody or a couple of somebodies. Yeah, the 2 of Wands is about, I just forgot what I was going to say. Shit. I don't know. Anyway, push towards partnership. That's not what I was going to say. This card really indicates partnership and success in creative ventures, which is appropriate because his entire career is a creative venture, right? I remember what I was going to say. This card is about possibilities. It's a card of possibilities and what could be rather than, what's already been, which I think goes hand in hand with the individuality, carving his own unique individual path thing that I said with the first 2 piles, the previous 2 piles. So this is an indicator of maybe going outside the box, doing something a little bit different, maybe different than he's used to, things like that. And perhaps bring a couple friends along the way. Like I said, this card, partnership and cooperation. Honestly, with the 2 of Wands, he's got the world in his hand. He just needs to figure out what to do with it. Interesting. Nice. Next. Four of Cups in reverse. Personally, if this card comes out, I prefer it in the reverse. Thank you very much. This is about passion and taking action and moving forward. It's kind of funny, actually, because I just said this. It's about pushing yourself outside the box. Okay. And maybe being able to see things a little differently, or finding solutions you hadn't thought of before for things that have maybe tripped you up or been a little bit difficult to figure out. Yeah, this card is about deciding to take some steps forward, which is good. Like, because if you get and this happens like with work related stuff a lot, regardless of what your job is, but even in the music industry, you see so many songs that are similar and groups that are like cookie cutter because it's a formula that works, and you kind of get stuck in that rut. This card is about not letting that happen, right? Pushing yourself to do something a little bit different. Not that I think Treasure is cookie cutter. I don't think that at all. But you know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. This card's about having everything that you need already to start. Gee, sorry. I keep forgetting this mic is here because I can't see it. Yeah, he's got everything he needs to create, right? He's got his vision, his goal. Maybe he's got a little help from his friends, and or he's going to make some new friends that are going to want to help him. Everything's going to be cool. Everything's going to be great. Next. Oh, yeah. Everything is for sure going to be great because he's got the 10 of Cups, damn it. 10 of Cups is about happiness and harmony and emotional fulfillment. It also shows great happiness in relationships, family relationships, friendships, specifically close friendships, which I'm going to assume includes the guys in Treasure. But, if they secretly hate each other, I wouldn't know, would I? I doubt it. I doubt they do. It's also about being rewarded for any hard work or effort that he's done and put into things, which in his career, you put a lot of friggin' work in, don't you? So I like that. So maybe whatever this original individual expression of himself that he wants is his reward for all of the hard work he's put in with Treasure. But the 10, since it's a Cups and it's about really happiness for couples and friends and families and partners and things like that, this card says if he's maybe like, because say, sometimes you have an idea and you can't really figure out the logistics on how to make it happen and you need to ask somebody, and we've seen a couple of cards about maybe working with others. This is another card that's kind of about that. It's about seeking advice from colleagues or friends and remembering that togetherness is a strength, right? So maybe he's working on something with other people, group members, producers, whoever, whatever, I don't know, we'll see. But it ends with him being secure and content in his life, and I like that because I think that's very important, especially when you're a young person working in a very grown-up field, because I feel like the music industry, it asks a lot of people, and the idols, they start very young, and it takes a lot out of you. So if he gets to a point where he feels like secure and happy, that's great. That's amazing. Last one. King of Coins. Ooh, I like this. This is about being very enterprising. It's also about abundance and stability and security. More things that I like to see. Yeah, this card is kind of like everything you touch turns to gold, King Midas energy. And I like seeing that because that indicates the boy is for sure, definitely, in his Wheel of Fortune, things are turning in your favor energy. And I like the fact that it's about stability because that means things are going to go well. He's not going to have to worry. The bottom's not going to fall out, because I always worry about that, You never know when things are going to go sideways. But this indicates he's good. He's good for a while. The likelihood of positive outcome is high when you get the King of Coins. So I think whatever this is that he is doing or thinking of doing is going to end well. Because he's got the King of Coins. Also the Wheel of Fortune. Because that is about just the universe saying, you have made the right choices. You are on the right path. Here you go. Thank you for doing all the things. But, yeah. I like seeing people embracing who they are. Especially because he's young, like most idols. He's still growing and developing and maturing and learning who he is. So, seeing this and the fact that he's maybe coming into the energy where he's ready to express that is really great. Or that he feels comfortable enough to express that is awesome. And knowing he's on the right path and everything's going to come out great, where he's going to be secure and stable and successful. And I love seeing that. Anyway, that is it for Jeongwoo's reading. If you liked it, please do all the obligatory YouTube things. I will see you next week. Bye.